Hey guys, welcome back to AC Movie Chats. This week I'm joined by the usual suspects once again. Cam, Nick, myself, Dean, Robert, and Doug. This week we checked out Man from U.N.C.L.E. starring Henry Cavill, Armie Hammer, and Alicia Vikander, directed by Guy Ritchie. And let's go through our initial thought, guys. What was it when you first left the theater?
I initially went in blind. So I didn't watch the trailer or anything. I had no idea what this movie was about. As far as I knew, it was a movie about an uncle. But it wasn't. It wasn't, to my pleasant surprise. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was another spy movie. We've seen a couple now in the past few weeks, and I gotta say, it topped the other two.
It's Fantastic Four a spy movie.
That's what I was thinking. What's that second one? That's what I was thinking all the time.
Robert?
Okay. This movie was really good. There's a lot of dry humor in it, and I really like that. And the action, it was alright. I could have used more. But overall, great movie.
There was that last car chase, I will say, was pretty uneventful.
Well, I feel like when it,
spoiler free, but
Uneventful?
when it went to the action, it seemed like it skipped around a lot. I wanted a little bit more hand-to-hand scenes.
Yeah,
like when he was in
that
the
one
bathroom.
scene where it was like a multiple screens at one time, I was just kind of skipping that whole
Yeah.
process. It still looked cool,
Yeah,
but
they
I mean,
tried to keep grounded more
Yeah,
the characters more than the act. Because the characters, I thought,
it was better than
were
just the jump guy.
fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
What,
Excellent acting.
Henry, how do you say his name?
Cavill, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Superman.
him outside of a serious role, so that was definitely pretty humorous to watch.
the overall plot wasn't the best. It was kind of like, oh, there's an evil corporation. They're doing some nefarious deeds. But
Pretty cliche.
but all the characters
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than
we've
made
heard
up
this
for
plot
it
a million
because
times, but it was
the
still
characters
good.
were interesting and
Well,
not cliche.
the movie takes place during, I assume,
Well,
just
concept,
after World War
yeah.
II, so it's the Cold War between the United States and Russia. And it's Man from U.N.C.L.E. is based off a 60s TV show, so I assume that I've not seen the show, so maybe that's what the show's plot is centers around. I know it's about the Cold War, so they obviously had to make some sort of bomb, some tension going on, because that's what it was about. But they definitely just focused in on the characters, which Henry Cavill's character and Armie Hammer's character, who was the Russian KGB agent, the dialogue between them was great. Their chemistry on screen was great, and that was the funniest part to me, was just listening to them two go back and forth and trying to one-up each other and how they make fun of each other.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Sorry.
I thought Armie Hammer was my favorite character in that, just because he was funny, because he's kind of awkward as the Russian guy,
He's definitely
trying
awkward.
to, you know,
He didn't fit in with the American culture that was
yeah.
kind of surrounding him.
yeah, and he gets his little nervous tick that he had, that he just wanted like, I gotta beat or murder somebody right now, and it's gotta happen.
Well, and it
It
also
was the
helped.
same
it was
music
an
every
addiction.
time.
Well, the music was great to like
Yeah,
set what
yeah.
was happening, and then I also liked. It also helped that he's huge. Like he
Oh,
was,
God.
he towered,
Gigantic.
he towered over
He's a
everybody.
big feller.
Yeah, I asked Dean in the movie theater, I'm like, how tall is Henry Cavill? Because everyone seemed to be towering over him, but He's
small,
6'1".
Yeah, he's got some height. So everybody else, and I don't know if like some of the women were just in giant heels and they made him look taller, because I do not know the actress's name, who was kind of like the main villain, but she was towering over him. I was like, geez, she's either huge
All
or
I'm
they're just
saying
doing
is
something.
I would fight Armie Hammer just for the pleasure of getting beat up by him.
Interesting insight there.
what? What
I
did
don't
you
know.
just say?
That's the smartest move.
It's something to put on a resume, Dean.
And you going back to the fact that you guys, there wasn't enough action. What I did like is the action didn't take itself so too seriously. There's a couple scenes where it's more about the characters making fun of themselves, like the scene on the boat, which is kind of briefly in the trailer, is a great scene, and a lot of humor goes.
Yeah,
with
most of the thing, they're not struggling with the action stuff. They're kind of just going along, but just trying to see who can do it faster and cooler than the other
Yeah,
guy
they're just
next
trying to
them.
one up each other. Like, oh, I'm better than you.
But they're so sweet that it's not like they have to worry about, oh, geez, we're actually going to fail.
No.
Nah, we got this.
They're enjoying it while they're doing it.
And then the fact that, and it wasn't just like them two either, because I thought Alicia Vikander was good.
Correct.
The
Mhm.
her role is kind of a mystery throughout. You don't know exactly what her thing is. So she also helped.
I'll
them.
tell you what I thought I did.
Oh.
Keeping this
There was a couple plots that I did not see coming at all throughout this. They kept some things pretty secretive pretty well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I liked. I liked how the Russian and the American both had their separate missions, but then they were brought together, and that's really how the relationship developed between them, and that's why you really got to like the characters so much.
Wait, what?
This-
What
this
is that?
also-
What's the relationship?
The story was I thought. I mean, the plot maybe not, but how they wrote the story and all that worked pretty well, and it was to me it was pretty easy to follow. I know maybe you.
Oh, yeah.
The American cowboy, as his nickname was, or Napoleon, he didn't seem to struggle because he didn't seem to necessarily care too much about working for the United States. Whereas Army Hammer's character, he cared about working
He's
for Russia.
he's devoted his
Oh,
yeah.
He was strong.
And that's where it kind of came because he started making friends. He didn't want to do some things based off of what his mission said or what his newfound compadres or comrades, as the Russians would
Right.
say.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know what you're
Comrade is a stereotypical Russian word.
I don't know. If
So
that's
is
true.
communism, but
Got a point.
Yes.
that was a weird point. I just wanted to say it.
And then overall too is the fact that it's set in the '60s. So there's some cool stuff. The way the shots are set up, the scenery, all that is pretty intriguing too. And then a lot of the action scenes and the way they edit it was
Was
kind of
very
cool.
neat. A
Yeah.
lot of the cool
Oh, yeah.
here and then go pan up and then zoom down on something else that's going
Yeah,
on.
Guy Ritchie's definitely got his own style
Little
and is
flair.
very much present in this movie.
Definitely felt like a spy movie.
Yeah.
And just the aesthetic of that time period just looks just awesome. That first car chase with a 50s/60s style car in East Berlin, that was just a fantastic
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah,
That
it opened up the
was
movie
fantastic.
well. It was just action right up, and
Ooh, and his suave walking through as the credits still kind of
yeah, and you
showing
couldn't,
up.
and you could tell right away it wasn't gonna be like this, heart pounding action movie. It was lighthearted, and they were having a good time with it.
It definitely accomplished what it set out to do.
What I liked about sorry, Cam, I interrupted you. Well, not interrupted, cut you off.
Finish your line.
Yeah.
What I liked about Henry Cavill's character was that he was super smooth and calm the whole movie. When he
Definitely
was
a ladies' man.
oh yeah, he was
Oh,
getting
yeah.
chased around, but he was super calm. Always seemed like he was in control of the situation.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes he wasn't. But that was still pretty fun.
I also like seeing him because I'd only really ever seen him in Man of Steel, and he's gonna be Superman for a long time. And in those roles, it's much more toned down. Where in this, he just kind of got to have fun, showed a lot of personality.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I just named all 50 states in one sentence. Anyways,
What a reference.
I just want to clear some things up for the viewers. A man from U.N.C.L.E is actually not from the uncle. It's not like an incest joke. It actually has a meaning. It's okay, because lower life forms like myself and Robert here, we had this thought initially.
Duck,
But
Robert,
Dean,
Sasha,
please
Fire.
explain to the viewers what U.N.C.L.E stands
Well, they were
for.
both a little confused when I told them at the beginning of the summer that I wanted to see this movie.
Oh.
And they were a little confused. And Uncle's just a code name for when you
Not
find out.
incest, apparently.
Well, you find out at the end because they definitely set this up to possibly have sequels, which I'm really hoping this does well enough at the box office. So please go out and see it.
Yeah,
so we get
give us a sequel. Whether or not you like it, we want to see some more. So.
Word
Get your
five,
grandma out there.
Wild and crazy guys.
I think I need to clear up the movie title, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I didn't think of incest. I just didn't know.
The Lannisters.
My mind went straight to incest as soon as I heard that.
Anytime there's a little incest involved, right
All right,
there.
well, maybe back on track. Too.
Power
Something
and
that I liked was the music, both the score and the soundtrack. Because the score, like we had mentioned earlier, with when Armie Hammer would get mad and he had that little twitch going on. The music was pretty cool and it really drew you into what could go down. And then a lot of I'm sure the theme was played. Maybe it was the.
But it had a lot of variation. I really hear the same tune played.
Oh, they
more
used
than,
a lot of different things, but I
twice.
thought they
Which
used
is
the
good.
songs they
Yeah,
used
I
were
like
kind of they fit the tone, the setting, and they were just kind of fun. They weren't
Yeah.
meant to be
And-
dramatic or really
during
suck
the
you
action
in.
was
but-
wow, it didn't sound like stuff I heard. It must be a pretty long score because there's definitely a lot of different chunks that were had
Well,
a
I
lot
think
more
they used their
variation
own
on it.
original score. I'm sure they used the original
Yeah.
theme, and then they obviously just picked, I assume, 60s songs because there were a lot of just bands playing.
Yeah, credits
Yeah.
to Danny Mandola for being the director
Well,
of music.
Cam sat through the credits, so he's pretty proud of him. All right, so I guess let's go around the table, give you your final thoughts, and maybe give you your score out of 10.
Overall, probably the best movie I've seen out of these past 3 weeks. I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10.
I'll give it a 8.4 out of 10.
Any specific reasons?
Solid B.
I really enjoyed it, and I didn't want to say 8.5, and I didn't want to say 8, so I think 8.4.
All right, I really liked the movie. It was just flat out entertaining the whole time, just a fun spy movie. So I would give it a 7.5, just as Cam did.
I'm gonna give it a higher score of an 8.75. Low B plus, but still a good grade sometimes. And
I wouldn't say so.
yeah, neither would my parents, but you know what? It's above average. And I just really, it was funny, it was really cool, and you should go see it.
I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8, just because I'm not gonna go with
Point
over
what?
the. I'm not gonna be giving this a 0.5.
8.0 then.
8.0. And I thought it had a really funny. Action was the best, but I didn't mind it because the movie did what it wanted to do. But just be a fun spy thriller. But the villains weren't that. I mean, the villains' motivations weren't that interesting.
I don't
But
even know his name, to be honest.
Yeah.
he was there was an uncle in there. That is a true statement.
And because they set up the sequel, I think it was more of just establishing who the main characters were, because they didn't focus on the villain. It was more just like these two going back and
Well,
forth.
some of the
trying
villains
to-
were
I
actually
think
entertaining their
it
main
was more
lane.
focused around them coming together.
Right, more
Comedy
so-
girl.
They just had to
There's-
have a villain in there so they would come together and they would interact.
They were
Yeah.
just they were a criminal organization. Will we get anything deeper than that? Nah.
And you really didn't need it.
No, you didn't. But if
They wanted to be the next world power.
Yeah, they wanted to start a world war. Was the main.
I don't.
point.
Well, they were world power because they could just make tons of money by selling.
I mean,
Right.
you
I
control
love
you control the nuclear market, so
Well, yeah, a country's not going to become a world power.
I mean, if you have a lot of
Well, they just wanted to start a world war and they could sell the bombs. That was their plan.
This is a correct statement.
Like
So yes,
Switzerland. Like Switzerland.
8.0 out of 10.0.
God damn, a new scale.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this week's review. Check out our shirt, which you can buy over on Redbubble. I will put the link in the description, so please head on over there and buy
Mine's
your
coming tomorrow.
So head over there and buy your merchandise. Check out the website. Check out our Twitter page at AC Movie Chats. And thanks for watching.
And bonus, if we get 100 views on this video, Robert here will shave his head. Stay tuned.